Yo, yo.
I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign. I kept some of the cash of that. I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign. I kept some of the cash of that.
What's goody? I am Wavy. I've been keeping up with this Fani Willis case. She recently made her testimonial in the disqualification hearing. Some of the Trump co-defendants are looking to have her removed from the case or the whole case dismissed under a conflict of interest. If you don't know, she hired a prosecutor to work the Trump case. He's never had experience on a case of this magnitude. She paid him a lot more than the other two prosecutors that she hired. Okay, he was paid at $650,000 plus. The other ones individually each were not even paid $100,000. All right, so she's gone in now because trips have come out. Recently, Nathan Wade made statements. We have receipts for everything. I think that there is some kind of corruption going on right there in Fulton County. I don't know what's happening, but taxpayers, y'all need to look into it. The whole thing from the beginning, back and forth, was Fani Willis playing the victim, playing the black card, the race card. Her father actually was called in. He had a couple things to say. He again was playing the black card, the racism card. You know, it's the usual characters that we see making their face. We want racism to die so much, but every chance we get to play victim, we pull that racism card. All right, now let's get to a couple videos.
And where when did he come to, I guess, the condo? I'm not sure what you called it, condo apartment. Would he come and stay at that condo or visit you there? I'm sorry, visit you there.
What condo, what apartment? I want to be clear.
So not your house. I know you classified one as house and one as condo, so I'm trying to use those terms.
So there's been more. See, what you don't understand is because of this case, I got to move. And so I
That's what I'm saying. Played the victim. They asked you, has he visited you at your house? Now we're talking about you moving.
If you could ask a more precise question.
Yes, please, give me the time period.
Mr. Wade visited you at the place you laid your head.
When?
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied.
Ever. And you know what I'm saying? If you're in a relationship with somebody, let's keep it real. You feel me? You won't go over to their spot. Like if y'all messing around for a while or y'all whatever they were, I don't know what they were. I don't know how long it lasted, but I'm sure that if he in the neighborhood, bring us some food, bring us some coffee. They might even carpool together. Come on, man. She said ever.
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied.
Has he ever visited you at the place you laid your head?
So let's be clear, because you lied in this. Let me tell you which one you lied in. Right here. I think you lied right here. No. This is the truth, Judge. And it is a lie. It is a lie.
Mr. Stena, thank you. We're going to take 5 minutes.
So he's never. Y'all doing what grown-ups do. Y'all taking trips. Y'all going to wineries. Y'all going here and there. And he's never visited you. Come on. Semantics. Let's go. Couple more.
So your office objected to us getting Delta records for flights that you may have taken with Mr. Wade.
Well, no. I object to you getting records. You've been intrusive into people's personal lives. You're confused. You think I'm on trial. These people are on trial for trying to steal an election in 2020. I'm not on trial, no matter how hard you try to put me on trial.
So.
Yeah, so, this is a DA right here, all right? This is a woman that is supposed to be professional, and, she's speaking, I don't know. Y'all tell me if this is how a DA is supposed to be handling herself. I understand that she's under some scrutiny and all that, but if you did nothing wrong, I understand you don't even want to be there, but if you did nothing wrong, and these are simple questions. Has he ever visited you at the place where you lay your head? Doesn't matter if it's one of your 4 houses, but she's gonna tell you a sob story. Let it continue.
So my question was, where did that cash originally come from? If it didn't come out of the bank.
Cash is fungible. I've had cash for years in my house. So for me to tell you the source of when it comes from, when you go to Publix and you buy something, you get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
That's how you got a large amount of cash in your house. Right there. That's how you did it.
You get $50, you throw it in there. It's been my whole life. When I took out a large amount of money on my first campaign, I kept some of the cash of that.
Are politicians allowed to do that? And if they are allowed to do that, if that's a practice that they do in D.C. or wherever it is, politicians in general, is it legal? Because if they were raised for the campaign, why is it in your house? And you know, campaign funds are not taxed. So why is she pocketing all that money? You know, and then now when they're talking about, well, how would you have a large amounts of money? Is it from your job? Is it from the bank so that there is a paper trail? She's trying to say, no. When I go to the store, I just go home and put it in the bottle, put the change in the bottle, put the change in the bottle. Shorty, you paying for everything in cash? You're not paying for a card with nothing. Come on. It's in 2024. You're not using a card for nothing? Not even Amazon, nothing? Well, Amazon's delivery, but you get what I mean.
Like, to tell you, I just have cash in my house. I don't have as much today as I would normally have, but I'm building back up now. So you just put money in. It's a very good practice. I would advise it to all women.
So you can't identify when
There goes the woman card.
you came into this cash or where the cash came from.
I didn't say I couldn't identify it. No, nobody gives me anything. I am sure that the source of the money is always the work, sweat, and tears of me. What you asked me for is, when did the money go in there? What I am trying to tell you is, so I got divorced in 2005 from my husband. No, it's important. You said, where did the money come from? And I need to tell you where the money came from. And so for many years, I have kept money in my house. That money in my worst days has probably only been $500 or $1,000. At my best days, I probably had $15,000 in my house at Kate.
I want to know, what about the campaign funds?
Cash. At all times, there's going to be cash in my house or wherever I'm laying my head.
The money that you paid Mr. Wade, the cash, in October of 2022, you do not know where that money came from.
I do know where it came from. It came from my sweat and tears.
And what was just asked, if you didn't hear it, is the money that she paid Nathan Wade. Where did that money come from? All right, so Nathan Wade, whenever they took their trips, he put it on the business credit card. All right, so when she gives him back the cash, like somebody who's more versed in knowing how that will work, you know, I don't want to say the wrong thing, but isn't that some type of fraud? You know what I'm saying? Because isn't he still getting paid through the company, through Fulton County? I'm not sure. I'm not sure how these funds go and when it comes to these politicians, because they got ways to divvy it up to do whatever they want to do and say it was the right thing. But I'm and I'm not a lawyer. I'm just wondering. Let me know in the comments below. If he used his business credit card, right? So it's not out of his personal money, right? He's using Fulton County's business credit card and he's paying for the trips. And she's taking cash and paying him back. Isn't that some type of fraud? Because Fulton County paid for those trips, no?
You know which job it came from. Did it come from Fulton County or did it come from a private job?
It came from, what are you talking about? So
She not a lawyer?
it could have come from a private job because before I was DA, I was in private practice. So I earned money during that time period. That's probably in there.
It could
have.
It's just a lot of deflection. It's a lot of playing the victim, you know, playing the woman card, playing the black card, playing, my blood, sweat, and tears. Like, man, I'm so tired of that lady because I think she's caught. In my opinion, I think she's caught. I think that there's enough out there where I don't know if it could go to court, if there's enough for it to go to trial, but there needs to be a little more looked into, at the very least, into what's going on in Fulton County, just based on how Nathan Wade was paid alone and now their relationship that we know about. All right, but let's get to a little bit more. If you stuck around this long in the video, as always, I'd appreciate it if you hit the like, join the conversation. I'm interested to know what y'all thinking about all this stuff, whether you're for Fani Willis or against her, whether you think she's right or wrong, or this is her private life, public life. You know, I'm just interested, but I'm going to continue with the interview.
Traveler and been on many of the continents.
I've been to 6.
Have you been on any of those continents with him? Besides this one?
Where's Belize? What continent is it? I'm not being funny. I don't know.
Let's say, with the exception
I've been to Belize with him. I've been to the Bahamas with him.
This is a DA, okay, that has aspirations to be a politician or a judge or something. I'm sure she has higher aspirations. This is what she's saying.
Let's say, with the
I've been
exception of
to Belize with him. I've been to the Bahamas with him. I've been with Aruba with him. Don't embarrass me. I'm not sure what continents those are on. Whatever continents those are, that's where I've been. I'm sure if I gave it some thought, I would tell you. But whatever continents those are that I've been to.
She ain't even left North America. You still in the damn same one continent, because I think Central America is North America. I don't think it's quite South America, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, because Mexico is considered North America. But that's all North America. Aruba's in North America. Bahamas is damn near America. All right, let's get to our Pops. All right, he's going to play a couple cards and stuff like that himself. All right, let's get to it.
So spring, summer 2019 is when you moved here. So up until spring, summer 2019, where did you live?
I lived in Johannesburg. Well,
Got ahead of himself. That lie. That he got ahead of himself.
I lived in Washington, D.C., 2018. I had planned to retire for the rest of my life in South Africa. I had worked for Nelson Mandela and the Free Mandela and getting that. And someone I'd gone to law school, he had located there after Mandela was freed from prison and became president.
Yeah, so you see he's playing the black card. And also he was a former Black Panther member back in the day. But I just wanted to show his part. Like, it's the same thing. We do the same show all the time, and I'm, you know, I think she's wrong, but that's my own opinion.
Your Honor, I'm not trying to be racist, okay?
Yeah.
But it's a black thing, okay? You know, I was trained, and most black folks, they hide cash or they keep cash.
Well, we gotta hide cash, and he's referencing Fani saying that she keeps cash in her house all the time. She always has cash. He's saying that he taught her that because black people always gotta have cash. We gotta keep cash, or you know, hide it.
And I trained. You always keep some cash because I've been places, and just because of the color of my skin, for
There it is.
example, I took a fellowship at Harvard when my daughter was just if I might, Your Honor, when I was just, she was just, you know, maybe 3 years old. And I remember going to a restaurant in Cambridge, Massachusetts.
Massachusetts. Let me just talk about that real quick. Massachusetts, traditionally blue state, right? In the North, right? In the Union, right? You see how it goes covert and overt? I'd rather the overt.
And I had a American Express credit card and maybe a Visa or whatever. And I had a lot of what they call traveler's checks. I don't even know if they still have traveler's checks, but traveler's checks. And there was a sign said, you know, with the credit card. For whatever reasons, the man would not take my American Express credit card. So I pulled out my Visa card, and he wouldn't take my Visa card. So then I pulled out my traveler's checks. He said, we don't take checks. Now, these were traveler's checks. This was money. I had a $10 bill. I'll never forget this as long as I live. And he said, the bill for my wife at the time, Fani's mother, Fani, and myself was like $9.95. I had a $10 bill. That was all that. I always remember that. But even before that, I've always kept cash, you know, and I've told my daughter, you keep 6 months worth of cash always. For example, I have 3 safes in my.
All right, so that's her dad. I mean, once again, we played. It went exactly how I thought it was gonna go. Exactly. I knew that Fani was gonna be defensive. I knew she was gonna play the victim at some points. I knew she was gonna play the woman card, the black woman card, the going into her personal life that is none of their business. I don't know if it is or wasn't. It's been brought in front. I mean, here we are now. So, but I'm interested to know what y'all think about it. You've pretty much heard what I think on it the whole time. I think that there is some shadiness going on in Fulton County that needs to be looked into. Yeah. And without any more, let me get to my final clip.
Trump or Biden?
I ain't gonna lie. Trump, my mother dog.
Donald Trump or Joe Biden?
When Joe Biden spoke on the black community, this mother had the nerve enough to say if we don't vote for him, then we not black. Well, guess what, Joe? I ain't vote for your ass, and I'm as black as the mother concrete.
How do you feel about Trump getting indicted?
They need to free my boy. He been exposing and they don't like that. Trump 2024, my brother.
Yeah.
You know they can't get him for none of the real. Get it, gang?
Free him. I ain't used to like that. But now, bro, I realize that he meant well for the country, bro. We need that back. Free Trump. Trump 2024.
How do you feel about Trump being taken off the ballot in Colorado?
I think it's bull. I'll write him in if I have to.
I think it's unconstitutional.
I don't think it's right.
Why?
Because he hasn't been convicted of anything. You know, I mean, I'm not his fan, but I don't think anyone should tell anyone who can run or not.
I just know right is right, wrong is wrong. Everybody got a voice, and you know what I'm saying? Nobody should be silenced for their truth.
Trump 2024, you know what I'm saying? Forever. That boy, free Kodak, man.
Trump or Biden?
Hey, yo, man, that's what they don't want y'all to see. But y'all be easy and stay wavy.